A lot of people have the question how to pick the field. Like, how do I choose what I want to specialize in?
And diagnostic itself can heal so many people, and there is obviously scope for the medicine more. And if you are executing that plan to the perfection, definitely you can get any ranking.
Failing to plan is planning to fail.
You should be more prepared for the failures, right? Then only you can get to the success.
What people usually think is that I have to compete against other people. But instead of that, if you have the mindset that, okay, I will grow with other people, like let us help each other, let us drive with each other.
I had a combination of ADHD and autism together.
Hi, and welcome to the White Coats Big Dreams podcast. And today, in the first episode, we have with us Dr. Vishal Gabale.
Thank you, guys.
This is a very special episode for us because, like, you are one of the doctors who are the inspiration in for us starting our page and in our journey. So we are very happy that we have this opportunity to talk to you. And with your Instagram page, you've done amazing things. Like, you've made medicine very easy, very fun, very simple. So we are very grateful for that.
So first of all, thank you so much for such a great introduction. So I am absolutely your fan. Definitely, you might have started seeing this because when I started, like 1.5 years back, I started. At that time, there were no many creators, and definitely there were very few people who used to talk about the medical related content per se for the medical students. That was the motive. But I think it went well, and I'm really happy that I could inspire young and brilliant, minds like you. So definitely, and the content you are guys putting in, it's absolutely amazing. All the new segments, I really enjoy everything. So it's definitely all about experiment and to see that what people like. All right. So at one point, you will also get satisfaction that yes, we are doing something, we are trying things. So definitely kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, in terms of starting the conversation, let's start at the beginning. So, tell us, how did you become a doctor? Was it something that you always wanted to do, or was it something that you liked along the way, or was it something that was forced to you on your by your parents?
Okay. So my story is quite simple, right? I was like average student in my childhood, definitely. So what used to happen, like my brother was there. He's quite sharper than me, and he was intelligent per se, and everybody used to praise him, like my uncle, and my uncle was teacher, so everybody used to praise him. So he went into the engineering stream. All right. So at that point, I never wanted to be like him, or maybe taught by him again and again. See, that's why I thought let's do. So that's why I thought, get like guys, let's choose different paths so that you are like on your own. But I think it would have been better if there is somebody else also. But it's all right. I think we can make our own fortune. So that's what the only motive I had in my life, that I don't want to be like my brother, because otherwise he will influence on me throughout the life.
Always be compared.
Exactly. That's what. So coming to my 8th, 9th standard, at that point we didn't have any much ideas. All that, I was as distracted as any other kid. Wanted to be police someday, wanted to be army person, wanted to be filmmaker, wanted to be anything, right? Musician, etc. etc. Sports player, so everybody wants to be in India. Right. So all these dreams were together, but the family condition we had, the only options we had is to either do engineering or do medical, because that was the time in 2010, 11. We didn't have any other options in the family. So at that time, it was very popular in the science students to go into the prof colleges and choose either PCM or PCB. So I chose PCMB. I really suffered in mathematics. I then got into the PCB in my 12th. All right. In 11th, you can try and you can experiment. And my parents were confident enough, if you don't get into the MBBS, we can still do pharmacy or something. So that's why I chose PCMB. But I think in 11th, the journey started, to be honest. At that point, I got really serious about my life. Seeing to others, obviously, that how serious were others. Like, they were dedicated since their 7th, 8th standard. They used to do foundation classes like you guys must have done. Now that things obviously are getting changed since 5th. I saw one video on the internet where Alan student was there in his 5th standard.
Oh.
He used to say that Alan may 5th se start hota hai, like that.
Oh.
So things are changing, obviously. But at our time in 11th and 12th, we didn't have that vision. All right. And obviously, my time, it was the first NEET UG in 2013. That was the first NEET UG. So we didn't have any idea what to read, what not to read. We read all the 12th books, and we also read the CBSE. Somebody told me that 1 month before exam, all the questions will be from CBSE books. So I just read 1 month before the exam, I read this CBSE biology book. And from that, so that was like a difficult phase for us, but eventually we came through, and I definitely got into the good government college in my hometown only. And like that.
अच्छा, and you said कि you chose medicine क्योंकि भाई के जैसा नहीं बनना था.
Exactly.
So then when you went through MBBS or MD, was there any point when you ऐसा felt कि अच्छा नहीं अब medicine मुझे करना है because I want to do it?
Obviously, see, there was one shocking event in in my story. In second year of my MBBS, it's very sad. One of my relative has had a kid, and that boy had a Wilson syndrome. So he was just 10-12 year in decompensated liver cirrhosis, all jaundice and all. Abdomen is enlarged because of the hepatomegaly. Everything is there. Splenomegaly is there. And, they had a hope in me that you're doing MBBS. Can you find some treatment for you? More like what is the cause in this patient? But at that point, we knew that somewhere we read about the Wilson's. I was not that. Obviously, in second year, we can't diagnose the disease. So we took the help of the gastroenterologist, came on to the conclusion. The only treatment option was liver transplant for the patient. Obviously, they were poor, so not able to, cover those expenses, and eventually he got succumbed. But that event, I think, if people are hoping from me in just my second year of MBBS, definitely I should do something great for the others, right? So that empathy, compassion I developed in my second year. And I think throughout my MBBS, again, there are some phases of distraction comes and goes. But in internship, when I actually start, seeing closely, even more closely patients, my first rotation was medicine itself. So that's when I thought that medicine is for me and I'll do the medicine. So that will give me, constant thrill in my life and happiness.
Okay.
Nice. So, Dr. SA, how did it come to internal medicine? Because a lot of people have the question, how to pick the field? Like, how do I choose what I want to specialize in? So, what do you think people should think about? What is the scope? Where is all of that in specialty?
That's one like very controversial question. Many people ask me that's how to choose it. But I would say that it comes from the heart. Definitely, if it comes from the heart, do whatever your heart says. All right, that's my first thing. So for me, I didn't do what my heart said. So I used to like surgery a lot. Okay, so yeah, in my final year of medicine, MBBS, I study surgery from the great books like Belly, SRB. I read all. Okay, and at that point, I had a bad event in my, not bad, but like that was like little life-changing event in my 11th standard. I had an accident. So after that accident, one of my right temporal bone was fractured. The bone, the brain also was affected a bit. I was in ICU for coma for around 7-8 days. And for a month or two, I was in ICU itself. So after that event, all things took turn and I got little serious in my 11th, 12th, coming back to 11th and 12th. Got into MBBS in my first attempt. I was hardworking, not very intelligent, but got into the MBBS. And as I said, that was the story that inspired me throughout this. But I think in this era, it says that medicine was for me. And, it is like diagnosing more in over because for surgery, considering my financial status, we didn't have that much setup to do for like 10 years of practice, 10 years of getting into the super speciality. So I thought like, let's do medicine and, diagnostic itself can heal so many people. And there is obviously scope for the medicine more now, if you consider. But again, when it comes to the complete removal or definitely treating any certain condition, surgery plays a bigger role. So one more thing was that, as I said, that I had an accident in 11. After that accident, actually, I developed an essential tremor, more of essential tremor. I had little anxiety. Okay, so that anxiety lead to me essential tremor, and I showed to like number of neurologists also throughout the India. But they said that this is essential tremor. You can do surgery, right? But I had a doubt of like myself that what would happen if like after 30-40 years of my age, what if I get my essential tremor even worsened, right? So that would not be good for patient itself. Right. So I thought let's choose a medicine. And I had medicine and PITS both as an option because I won IIP quiz for the PITS also. So I had a soft spot for the PITS. But after getting that rank, my parents and everyone said that like medicine is good. It will treat, you will have a lot number of more patients and not only about the patient, but you could be helpful for so many people in that way. Right. So I said, okay, all right, let's go with the medicine. And that was like in short a story about how I chose the medicine. So many things. concluded to that pathway. But I'm really happy now that I'm doing well in the medicine and I'm able to give my input to the medicine field as a tutor.
That's true. And like recently, it's getting very competitive, medicine especially, because like I saw the rank list
Yeah.
this time in All India quota and everything. Like out of the top 500 students, more than 400, like 300 or 400 were radiology and
And
medicine.
medicine, definitely.
So if someone wants to do medicine, even if they like without the rank, it's their genuine passion to do medicine. What can they do in their preparation to score well so they can get to do medicine?
Okay, so the pathway through India is NEET PG, all right? So in NEET PG, I would say there are so many subjects. The first way, you should be able to analyze that what are the important things you have to focus more, because some students are there who have studied throughout the first to fifth year of MBBS. For them, it's not very difficult to get good rank, all right? But if you are someone who has studied only in third, fourth, and MBBS years, okay, so definitely you should focus more on the basic sciences, because that plays very crucial role in your PG preparation. And suppose if you are someone who has not studied throughout the third, fourth MBBS as well, and just studying in internship, then at that point, I would suggest you will need one more year. Okay, so dedicated one more year, because internship is a little hectic in India. So you might need one more year, but make sure that one year you are giving dedicated time to the studies. Okay, in that time, I would recommend you to basically, form a base of your concepts, because you have not formed any base in your MBBS. You just studied like 2 months before exam or 1 month before the exams. So I would say, just like in that 2 year of period, internship and post internship, when you are taking drop, like strengthen every subject. First, if you want to watch any videos, watch those videos, take out notes, definitely revise each subject at least 3 to 4 times. And I think that's the way to go. There are so many important subjects, like which are high scoring subjects, like OBG, biomedicine, surgery, PSM, even some of the other subjects, basic sciences subjects, which are also big enough. So focus more on them. Short subjects are also there. But in short, just I want to say is strengthen your concepts, solve as much MCQ as you can, and most importantly, practice mock test. Everybody, disowns it, that like mock test, how can I solve? I've not read at least once. But I would say that's a mock test. That's what it is like, right? That will give you a point, like where do you stand in the preparation and where do you stand in comparison to the other, because this is competitive exam. So have your plan and work according to plan throughout these 2 years. Then only you can get good rank. I think it is not even a rocket science to get good rank. If you are good in preparation, just planning you have to do, and you have to execute that plan. Anybody can plan. It's not like you need a really brilliant mind to plan any good thing. Okay, anybody can plan. And if you are executing that plan to the perfection, definitely you can get any rank you want.
Okay.
There was in NEET UG, in our school, there was 1 year senior who got into KEM in UG. So she had come back to our school to, ki kya karna वैसे करना. She said the same thing. She said a quote that she stands by is failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
like what you
So
said.
exactly. So I would say that you should be more prepared for the failures, right? Then only you can get to the success. Because in life, there are 99 times you will not get century. One time you'll get century, and people will believe that you are a great batsman. It's just like that, all right? So I would just say that practice as many questions as you want, make so many mistakes in your preparation phase, get like worst rank in your mock test. But eventually, if you give so many mock tests, you will have that practice of getting good rank. And I think success is nothing but practice of getting good ranks, all right?
Okay.
That your
Yes,
ranks.
that's true.
Nice.
So, how did you you talked about your entire journey in medicine.
Yeah.
How did Health with VG come into existence? What was your story behind it? What was your inspiration, and how did you think of this?
So that's a little weird for you, maybe.
Okay.
So actually, I was a scroller throughout the Instagram. I used to watch so many content. I used to consume so many content when I started. That was the new phase, all right? The social media came in the pandemic region. We had so much of time. Even though I was in residency, whatever free time I had, obviously we had so many mental issues, stresses and everything. So only social media was there. And I used to watch so much of content. And just after that, there was like social media revolution started. Just after pandemic period, all right? So there was one creator called as Finance with Sharon. Okay, I really liked his way of talking and all these things. I mean, I've talked with him also when he was not like he had around 500K followers at that point of time, and I was just starting. So I just messaged him that like I'm also starting health with VG because my name Vishal is too common. So I said like let's make it a little catchy, VG. So I just put it like that, health with VG. Eventually, at start I started with the health awareness videos. But to be honest, uh, I wasn't well in talking in initial times. Definitely, we need time to improve on yourself. So I worked on myself and I started with the health awareness videos, and it was not getting much tractions because what I did was I converted my personal account in my social account or like creator account. So all the people who were followers already, like around 800 followers I had at start. So these were all my friends and those were all medicos. So if I posted anything about health awareness, they didn't used to like that. Right. So then I started posting medical content. So at some point they thought that like now this guy is crazy, he's gonna post it. So let's see what he's posting. So then they used to see like right, his quality is improving. So gradually they used to like my content. And one of the videos got viral. So that was the ABG one, first of all, I remember.
Okay.
It was like all the formulas of ABG in 1 minute. That 1, 2, 3, 4, that rule is there, no? That got 1 million views. That fetched me almost 10K followers. But till that time, I posted like around 80, 60, not that much, but 30, 40 videos in which I got up to the 5,000 mark, 6,000 marks. But to get 10,000 mark, it took a hell lot of time. But after that, I think it has been pretty easy journey because I got the algorithm, how it works, what people want. And I cracked it in such a way so that regularly, you obviously have to post consistently. And you guys know what it takes to post consistent. Yes. Working in my residency, then coming in my SRship, getting married. I'm not really, I was not really, I'm not really fancying this, that you should post on your wedding day. Because throughout entire life, then you have to get it from your wife that you posted on your wedding day as well. So I obviously posted my wedding photos and all those on wedding day. But the day before that, I posted a reel, and I was happy in the wedding, obviously. And what I was discussing with her in wedding, that yesterday I posted one reel that got 2 million views. So she was like, "Are you crazy, man? We are in the wedding right now." So those things come as a creator, as a creator, you're a little child itself. So you be happy with all the smaller wins you get, right? So gradually in the medical education, I started my courses. They're obviously doing pretty well. I'm also working on improving them. I know I started from scratch, didn't have much resources. So at start, it's really difficult to please so many people at one point. So definitely you have to have that quality. Gradually that quality is coming. Now I'm coming with more workbook based courses. So definitely it's both the quality and the amount of the students, amount of the response I'm getting is also really good, right?
Awesome. So like you said, there's always so much output that needs to be given, like posting consistently. Is there something specific that I don't know, that you do on an everyday basis to make sure that you always have ideas or something?
Okay, great question. So I think for me, the most important key is to observe for all of us. All right, as a medicine resident or as a medicine person, I think we are very good observer. All right, starting from, I consider ourselves as the Sherlock Holmes of the medicine industry because we are the best observer. We are diagnosing disease just by looking at the patient, just by how patients are coming into the ward, coming into the OPD, coming into the like how they're walking, going to the toilet, are they walking or not? Are they feeling that there is pain on the lip? Is there any edema of the foot? Not so many clues we get just from the observation. So that's how I keep my perspective toward the content creation. Whenever I'm entering into the hospital, I knew there are so many content around me. Just watch. Right. So yeah, exactly. So somebody's limping or somebody is not, the gait is improper, I try to shoot with them. Somebody is coming with certain complaints, then I try to shoot with them. So just like that, if my students are there, if I'm asking them questions or if I'm teaching them any topic and they are asking me any questions, so I know, yeah, this question is good, we can make content on this. So even most of the times my students are also, now recently I shot some videos.
Yes.
So the students are also pro content
They are
creator. Exactly.
good.
So that one video I shot now, you must have saw that antibiotic resistance wala.
Yes.
So that was my idea, but this guy executed so well. Right, they were looking like professional actors. So definitely the all things should come together. But I think observation is very important. And the second thing is like what impact it would create on the people's or like students who are watching this. So that vision you should have. That's it.
Okay.
I love that.
Now, as you said, you've been doing this for a long time, like more than 1.5 year or more. So, what are the biggest challenges that you have faced in this time, like while creating content, like balancing it with something, or like what are the challenges that you faced?
So honestly, I'm saying that I'm not faced any challenges. As such, that's like causing stress to me. Obviously, there are challenges.
Okay.
I have faced those, but I think I found a way through this. So that's how the life is, right? So I just tell you my routine of the day. So I wake up at around 6:30. I first thing, obviously, my wife, she tries to wake me up so many times because we go to the gym in the morning.
Okay.
And she's much more sincere than me when it comes to going to the gym.
Hmm.
But I am the one, if she is even sleeping, I will wake up maybe even later, 30 minutes later, and I will take her to the gym. So we both of us go to the gym, come back 8:39, get little freshen up, have a breakfast. Then 9:30, I go to the hospital. Then I mostly try to see patients in the hospital first, and then after seeing the patients, I have a lot of time. I teach students, and then I have time to make content, create content around that. So around 3-4, I come back, edit it a bit because I don't have an editor or anything.
Oh.
Then so I edit in my own on my own, and then I post it. And after that, most of the time, I don't watch that much on social media that how people are responding to the content. Then I most of the times daily I'm having right now the classes for the Harrison based medicine courses. So I'll prepare for my Harrison based class for 2 hours or so. And if I'm very much tired, or like I had hit a leg day in gym, so I'll take a nap for 20-30 minutes, and then I'll study again and do my Harrison based class. After that, I mostly don't have dinner, mostly only lunch.
Okay.
I have just light something in the evening, and that's it. So that's how I do. So definitely people find it so hectic, but I think I have modified my life in that way. So just to accommodate so many things together. And, teaching definitely needs lot of hard work. You have to read so many books. So in that period, after coming from the hospital, getting freshened up, or after getting nap, that time period I found is, I think it's the most productive time for me in the day. 2 to 5. And but it's not like I'm not very much fond of the other activities. You guys can come to this question later worse. So I absolutely love FIFA. So every day at least for 30-40 minutes I play FIFA. Obviously my wife hates it because she says that you only get 30 minutes in a day. Why you're playing FIFA? But I think that's my meditation. Work edition. So so that keeps me involved in that activity, and at that point I get a lot of activities, and mostly whatever meeting I'm doing, I'll do it when I'm playing FIFA.
Okay.
I'll mute them. Exactly. So audio meetings I will do. Just turn off the audio for the game and just yes, I'm getting it. So like this, and that makes me into that zone basically, that I'm able to think in all the possible ways. So FIFA is all about the enjoyment. So I'm considering 9 goals. Doesn't matter, but that's quite rare.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how the life is. So initially it was challenging. Let's come to the point now. Initially it was challenging for me, definitely. And the period before I got married, it was even more challenging because I had to give time to my girlfriend as well. But now she is my wife. She knows not going anywhere, sitting in front of the computer all day is all mine. So that belief is came in, and obviously we are living together. So it's not difficult task for me.
Yes.
So I am saving this period of time, and consistently, if you have a routine, it becomes less difficult. That's what I believe. So I would tell everybody that if you want to make a proper routine, I would say work somewhere. Maybe you're working for 1 hour, 2 hour, it doesn't matter for me. Just work somewhere, because if you have work, you will have discipline. So at 10, I go to this hospital, or I have to go to this office. 10 to, even if you're working for 2 hours. Right now, where I'm working, probably they're not giving me any salary because I don't punch in, punch out. That's a really bad thing to say. But I actually most oftenly, because I come at 3-4 and mostly I forgot these things.
Oh.
So forget these things. So
Right.
definitely that's problem. But I think that discipline I am trying to maintain. And if you are also having that issue with your routine maintenance, definitely you should try to working.
That is a very good.
And that is a very personal tip for us right now. Like, we need this right now. Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Are there, like you talked about the challenges, are there any rewards that you feel you've gotten from this thing? Because like obviously you are a doctor, so the gratitude that you get is good. But other than that, from this social media presence, what are the personal and professional good things that have happened for you?
Again, personal, I would say definitely I was able to build my confidence. I was able to build that belief in the people, in the students around me, that he's a guy doing some work on the social media, probably for the good cause. I had that impact around me whenever I'm going. So I wear that confidence, and that has given me, that has came through the social media, I guess, throughout the period of 1 year. Definitely, I'm speaking in front of the camera every day. That itself helps me to be a good speaker. Second, I would say, in a professional manner, when I'm practicing, that tint of content creator, or the tint of extra step that I like to take for every patient, that has came to me. Definitely for content creation, for a teaching, basically you need a lot of studies. So all these studies had helped me in this approach of the patients.
Correct.
So that also gives me satisfaction at the end of the day, that I am able to put all my efforts for the patient's cause, right? So these are two most important rewards. Other rewards, obviously people recognize, that's a really great thing.
Yeah.
I am really humble to most of the students, most of the people messaging me, all right? So I really enjoy these things, because that's what we work for, right? And when you get acknowledgement, definitely that gives you motivation, all right? So that's one of the motivation. And I got opportunities also in medical colleges where they invite me to address them people and students. So always that belief students have got through me, through my content, is one of the greatest reward I've got through my content, I guess.
And I think one thing that you said, which is very true, which is something we wanted to appreciate you in the intro itself, is honestly, you're one of the most gracious, humble, and supportive people that we've met, that we've talked to. Honestly, like you said, you reply in the DMs. Like the first time we talked to you, like in the DMs, we were like, this man is so nice. And we were, because I think something that becomes of creators, and I don't know if it's necessarily true, but what happens is the perception becomes, oh, like this person will not want to reply to us, or will not reply to us well, or you're a little apprehensive, you're a little scared, but you are amazing. So we want to appreciate that in the intro.
Thank you so much. So there is a story behind that. If you allow, I can tell that.
Yes.
So, so when I started creating content, all right. So I'm not gonna take any content creator's name, but there were few creators whom I messaged when I started, when I had just 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 followers, and I didn't get response from anyone. All right. So I was absolutely shattered, and like, how things will go for me. Then at that point, as a medico or as a personality itself, I had that problem solver type of mentality. So I thought, like, now it's my time to crack the algorithm. I'll do anything for this. Okay, so I was so anxious. I worked hard for like 2-3 days, and I got to know that what is the perfect formula if you want to post content. Right, so I went through the YouTube videos. I went to the so number of courses that are available. Raj Samani was so naive at that point of time. He had one course about how to grow on the Instagram, and all. I did that course, and I met him also. So he told me like how to do this. All right. So at that point, I got it. Like, maybe I will, if I follow this formula, I can be even better, or maybe I can be the best I can. So it was never a comparison with others. I always say to everybody, all my students, that it's always comparison with your past, with your future, where you want to see yourself in a period of 1 year. That's how should motivate you daily, that to work. So that's what I did. I daily posted videos. Some of the times I used to post twice a day, once a day. But the consistency was so good that throughout the last 300 days, I think I have posted daily. Mostly really, excluding 2-3 days of my wedding, all this stuff. But I posted regularly, and I think people enjoyed that. Definitely, when you're posting daily, and definitely if you're adding value to people's life, they will consider and they will acknowledge that. So definitely you will get followers also. So that's what I think keeps me humble, as I'm coming from the roots where I'm already humbled by so many people. And, my parents, my mother, that they always say in a Marathi, right? तुम्ही किती आकाशात उडले तरी पाय जमिनीवर राहिले पाहिजेत. Alright. So that means you can fly anywhere you want in the sky, but your feet should always be to the ground. So that's what motivates me, and that's what keeps me what I am.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Love that.
Okay, before we ask any more questions, one very important question. On the screen, when we see you as this someone who teaches us medicine, and you come off as a very sincere person, very quiet persona. What I want to know is, what is the most irresponsible thing you have done when you were doing your MBBS?
Okay, guys, I don't know, but you have hit the nerve. All right, so I am so clumsy. You'll not believe. I'll not glorify that. Definitely, you should work on yourself.
Yeah.
But I am the one who, till now, I guess, since like few months or few years, I'm doing pretty well about my lifestyle and all. But I was little clumsier, and we didn't have that sort of coaching, basically life coaching or image coaching. All those things were not there at point of time, and I used to be like, let's see, at the last moment we'll do that, let's do that. Likewise, that type of personality. So the most irresponsible thing, you guys gonna laugh it really hard. So I actually didn't see my exams timetable. All right, when was my exam? That was in the first year of my MBBS. All right, so there was a 1 day break after every exam, right? So Saturday I had an exam of anatomy, paper 2, Saturday. Sunday was the off, and Monday should be biochemistry 1. So what I thought, like, if Sunday is coming, no, they should do one more day holiday. So Monday would also be the. So okay, I was preparing throughout the night of the Sunday night, and Monday at 10 o'clock I slept morning when there was an exam. So luckily, one of our tenants was a librarian in that college, librarian. He had some work at my exam center itself. So he said, "Arey, Vishal is not here." So they called me on that, "Vishal, you're not here. This is your exam day. What are you doing?" I said, "No, exam is tomorrow. This might be some other batch." This is some other batch, I said. And then they said, no, these are MBBS students only. So, God, let me check. Then I checked, and it was my exam. All right. So I went at least 1.5 hour or 2 hour later, the exam started. So they didn't allow me. Obviously, they didn't allow me. And I think that, so I failed in first year MBBS miserably because I didn't give it.
Exam.
It was the university exam. So I failed in my MBBS. And I think in my life, there are certain incidences like this where I got struck by lightning so many times, to keep me back in the path. All right. So my other mother always used to say, like now also she says, that because she's so religious, and that is helping me, nothing else. Otherwise, you would have gone everywhere. So she says, like, because of my work, religious work, you are only doing this good thing. But just like I said, in every step, in 11th and 12th, I had that accident. I said 11th, so that was like a lightning moment for me. In my MBBS days, first year episode, miserably, I got failed. So that was a lightning episode. And then marriage is always there. That's like the biggest lightning you can have in your life. I definitely, my wife has helped me to, maintain a very good lifestyle and work-life balance. She helps me in that way. She's also medico. She understands. So she's also a creator, you might have known. Yeah. Millennial Surgeon, that is the page name. You might have came across.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. But that was a very fun story.
Yeah, that is, I think, I'm not disclosed it to so many people because it's kind of embarrassment. But I think this is genuine show, right?
I think moments like this are necessary. You need to experience.
Exactly. I think many people. So after that incident, I was like laughing stock at my batch. Everybody used to think this guy has missed the paper. And not only in my batch, the whole university knew that there is one guy who was sleeping the day of exam and he missed. So whenever I used to go to the other colleges, they used to say, "You're the guy who missed the paper." I said, "Yes, I am the one."
So, he has also done something like that. That is why he relates very much to.
So it wasn't, the good thing was that it wasn't my university exam. It was prelims or something in my second year. It was a practical exam. And in practical exam, we had the exam in 2 parts. one morning session and afternoon session. And one, like, they divided us in two batches. One batch will have Viva first and then the practical. Second batch will have practicals first and then the Viva in the, like, after a 2-3 hour break. So my turn was Viva first, theory Viva. I took that in the first half of the morning. Now, I also did not used to, like, I still don't have a proper sleep schedule, but even at that time I didn't. So I thought, okay, I have 2-3 hours, I'll go and sleep. And so I went to my room and I slept. And the time for the practical was 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I woke up at like 4:45, 4:47 p.m. I was like, okay, my exam ends in 10 minutes. So I like rushed to the hospital. I went to the college and I begged the professor to, like, please let me perform the practical. I don't want to, like, take the exam again. And they thankfully they allowed.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
So in my case, we had a supplementary exam in that period, right? So that was, I was the luckiest guy,
That is-
actually, you would say. I am the clumsiest and luckiest at the same time. My wife says that I am the luckiest guy in the whole university I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I always leave home, if I'm going by train, at the last point. Feel like as the train. If I'm going to the airport, the flight will get delayed. Okay, if I'm delayed. So this thing is happening. And I think in my batch, this was the last time there was supplementary exam in my university. After that, it was a year back or a year drop.
Okay.
So
Got
I didn't got luckily any year drop. So just in 40 days, we had an exam. I passed it with good marks. And everyone knew now that he's the guy.
It's a good. Is
I love this story. Nice. तो बीच में एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेते हुए फॉर अ जोक दैट आई हैव बीन वांटिंग टू से सिंस यू सेड फीफा तो आप यू फॉलो फुटबॉल
Yeah, I thought.
तो आई थिंक कि आर्सेनल बहुत गलत टीम है
Why do you say so?
क्योंकि आर्सेनल नहीं होता एनसेनल होता है
We can make altogether a different episode of lame jokes.
this joke? This joke I have said it so many times. I have fell for this joke twice. I forgot after the first time and then second time I again.
But I love this one. Every time someone says they like football, I always say, I don't like Arsenal. And you to knew it was a joke. People don't. So they're like, oh, why? Is it because their defender has this? Is it because their team manager changed something? I was like, nahi, isliye. And so like,
I got it.
You've been on this journey. You've learned a lot. You've also met with so many creators. You've gotten insights from them. If there is something you could tell your younger self when you were starting making the videos, what is something that
I'll tell that definitely do it because it's much more rewarding that you are expecting right now. And it all starts with a small room. You'll not believe how I used to start making content. I was like in my hostel room at that point of time. Definitely didn't have a lot of resources. I had that OnePlus phone with me. And even in that, the selfie camera was so bad.
Okay.
So I started with like 2 megapixel or that type of camera at that point. But eventually, definitely, once you start creating content, you will develop that confidence. That is very important. And if you really enjoy it, then only do it because it's a marathon. You have to run
Yes.
daily.
Hmm.
That's very important. It's not like I'll post 20 videos in a day and then I'll leave it for a month. It doesn't work like that. You have to post daily and you have to see insights, work on your things. That only will keep you going. Definitely, if you talk with the lot of creators at certain point, they will also guide you. But nowadays, it becomes very rat race or even a competitiveness is there in people around us. So nobody will help you genuinely. Definitely, you can talk like all of us are there, definitely. But if you always if you think that at point that you are lacking motivation, just see the future. That's what I always say. Let's see the future. Where will be after 1 year? And there's always room at the top. If you're thinking that I'm starting in a medicine already, Parth and Preya are there. How could I go ahead? So the thing is, as I said, there's always room at the top, and the content consumption will never go down. It's gradually gonna increase only. So there is always room, and you can work at any point. And if you are creative enough, you can make your own niche in a certain way. All right, but I think the common things will get sold more.
That is true. And I think what you just said is very important to talk about. I think in medicine in general also, and even in this space, what people usually think is that I have to compete against other people. But instead of that, if you have the mindset that, okay, I will grow with other people, like let us help each other, let us ride with each other.
Exactly. That is very important.
Yes.
That lacks. That thing lacks. But I actually, as I said, that I underwent through some experiences like that. So that was the one thing when I said to myself that maybe if I get 5 lakhs or 7, like whatever, 1 million, I'll not do this. Okay, to the other creators, I'll always motivate them because it's all about growing, and the brands want as many creators they want. It's not like brand will go to only one creator. They want to go to all the creators. So definitely everybody can earn, and it's not always about the other thing. Everybody has their own way to create impact. There and it's I think rather than making an impact, the impact you have is on yourself, which is bigger. That is so that improves and that develops your personality. So definitely you should start with you first. You can then only influence so many people.
I also noticed this actually, like many of our batchmates took NEET PG and I said this year, and I realized that many of our friends who got really good scores, like All India rank under 1000 or something, many of them studied with each other instead of studying alone.
Exactly.
And studying with each other is so important because like your learning, it becomes much more efficient.
That is the only way actually, you'll not believe how to study was taught by my wife in my MBBS. Oh, wait. So I was like in an impression that I'll read and I'll remember everything in medicine. Okay, I'll just have to read it. So that was a like very false belief I had. And then she came. Obviously, we used to study together since our third year of MBBS. So she used to tell me, no, you have to make some mnemonics over here. You have to make mind maps. You have to make these flow charts. So that's how I learned. Like, okay, that's how you remember 19 subjects together. All right. So that's how the things are. Definitely, you should have that partner. And there are so many things. Actually, I saw matchmaking on the study platforms. So Marrow has like kind of weird. That's kind of weird, but people like this. All right, so they want partner. Maybe they can create their rest of the life also through that. Depends on how they are with each other. But I never tried that because I have already partners.
But yes, we also like started studying together in our second year because both of us, we cannot like sit and read a textbook.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult for me to like personally, when I was studying for USMLE Step 1, I thought that I'll read biochem chapter from the first year. That chapter.
चालू भी biochem से कर.
Biochem is a very.
And anatomy. Oh my God. I was the kid with I would say, I had a combination of ADHD and autism together. Definitely. I was so hyperactive in my childhood. I used to run here, there, play cricket, play volleyball, anything, all types of game. I used to play football, etc., play games, etc. And when it comes to studying, I sleep in the like first 10 minutes. Okay. So, but as the day passed by, I got how to study and all those things were there. But in my childhood, everybody used to say, this is gonna not do anything in his life because he's so hyperactive. He can't even sit in one place for a long time. But yes, that's how the childhood is, right?
Yeah. Same thing happened like in MBBS in the first year when I used to go to the library. I saw people sitting there reading, and I was like, it's so cold, it's so calm, it's so quiet. How can you stay awake for more than 10 minutes?
Exactly.
But then we started like reading together, and that was a lot more fun. It helped both of us a lot.
Definitely, that helps. My wife used to tell me, so I will tell you a funny story. So when she was my girlfriend at in my third year of MBBS.
Yeah.
So she used to sit in the Dean's Porsche. Okay. In college, there is a empty space, Dean's Porsche. So she used to sit there. And I used to come from home. Okay. I used to go to the home at around 1:30 after my classes. And from home, I was a localite. She was a hostelite. I used to come to the college in the evening again at 5:30, 4:30. Or most of the time, I used to stay in the hospital only at the hostel or somewhere else. And in the evening time, we had a period to play, not period, but the boys had planned the FIFA game or football game at that point of time. Okay. So what used to happen? She used to call me at 5 p.m. I used to go at 5 p.m. And then I used to say, I have some work in the hostel. I had to go to the washroom and go to the restroom. And then within 20 minutes, I'm coming back. I used to coming back from like playing football, all sweaty and all. And she used to say, ye kya kar? But that was the funny days. And it obviously hot weather. But she was the person who actually draw all the images, and all the how to study, basically how to write answers and all. That's where I learned, and eventually I acclimatized to that way of learning, and now I also am using in that way only to teach
Yes.
also. So that is the best way, I guess, to simplify the stuff and then to explore.
You recently did a TED Talk. Tell us a little bit about what you talked about. How's your experience? Everything.
Okay, sure. So it was the first talk, and the TEDx is so hyped, right? That we get already so much anxious just by hearing it. And I got the opportunity. It was a business school, Indian business school in Hyderabad. It is one of the prestigious in India. So there I had a topic about human and it's like they gave a theme. They only gave the theme that connecting dots for successful or for good life. So they gave me my topic was human and medicine. That's what I picked. So in the initial part, I spoke about my journey, like how I became a doctor and how I connected dots throughout my life. So first of all was the first dot in my childhood. Obviously, we had to struggle so many times, but I don't want to repeat that story again. So then in second is again the lightning thing that I sold, that I said, right? So I told them that thing. And third was obviously about residency, how we saw, so many people succumbing to their life in the COVID era. That was one more lightning in my life. So at that point, I knew that now this is the one way and this is the way I only have to go. So that's how I then summarize my speech. But it was overall good experience. TEDx gives you an opportunity to collaborate with so many people over there. There were businessmen and there were other content creators as well as young and entrepreneurs were also there. So I got to learn so much from them, and I hope they also have got to know about my story and inspired it a little bit.
Definitely.
Awesome. So we can move on.
Oh,
to
wait.
the
I have a question.
Sure.
So, if you had to give a TEDx talk and you could not talk about medicine or education, what would you talk about?
I'll talk about FIFA.
FIFA.
Or, well, I will talk about obviously every Indian loves cricket. We can talk about the cricket, and I'll talk about the football sports. I would mostly talk about the sports, like how the sports medicine works, or no, medicine is not allowed, right? So how the endurance and how to be good sportsman, that I can tell them. Yeah. Yes.
By the way, just a little factoid. I'm not very good at video games.
Okay.
So one time we went at one of our friends' place and he had FIFA. And so Preya and I, both of us, we played FIFA for the first time. We were playing against each other. Do you want to guess what score we got?
Maybe 0-0 it was. But no.
That sounds like a good guess. But I don't remember the score. यार मेरे सामने
I think it was 8 or 10 Preya, 0 Parth.
Is that good?
He-
I actually really like FIFA. I don't usually like
That
it.
day you liked it the most.
Yes, that day तो खास and so like सब इसके friends थे school के. So people I had met maybe twice or thrice before, and they were all super impressed by me. They were like, "Oh, bye."
That's good.
Bro.
That's nice.
Okay. Now we can give some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay, I'll ask the first question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Okay, that should be vanilla. I like vanilla.
Okay. Vada pav or pav bhaji?
That's really difficult. I would say vada pav, Mumbai ka.
Yes. Okay. What is your favorite organ system or specialty?
That's very tricky to say. I like all, but I would say gastroenterology is fascinating.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Favorite muscle?
Biceps. That you show to everybody, right?
Nice. Okay. What is your favorite sport?
Sport.
Hmm.
Football is the most favorite here.
Favorite player in football?
Leo Messi.
Okay.
It's God.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
I'm a coffee person.
Oh, coffee. Nice.
And Navi Mumbai or Purani Mumbai?
Oh, Navi Mumbai always. It's so calm. The roads are clean, no chaos, nothing, right? Navi Mumbai is Navi Mumbai. Yeah.
In local trains, bag आगे या पीछे?
आगे भाई.
And what is one thing about you that if you told people, they'd be surprised?
I am not book reader. I don't like reading any books. Everybody tells me that you have read in so many books, or what is your favorite book? I just check few famous books on the internet, say that these are the good books, but I'm not a book reader. Yes, I watch movies. You tell me any movie, I watch that.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So with this, my final advice to the audience would be is to believe in yourself. Just see the future. I would say the manifest the future you want for yourself and work hard. Okay, believing in that you can achieve anything. So this will be the three key outtakes or like three key pointers you can take out from this podcast.
Sorry, follow-up question with the manifestation thing. So manifestation mein, do you believe in visualization, meditation type, vision board type, or do you just mean having that hope or knowing that it's going to happen? Like, what do you mean?
So I believe in obviously visualizing. First of all, it's very important to visualize. So when I was in my 11th, 12th, I used to write it on my back of the door. When at the back of the door, I had written that this much score I'm targeting.
Yes.
And even in NEET PG, I used to write MD Medicine in front of all my books. Okay, just to write Dr. Vishal Gabale, MD Medicine likewise. And right now, I'm also thinking, and I've written on my phone that I'll be entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, like in future. That's my manifestation.
So that was going to be my follow-up question. What are you excited about in 2025?
Okay, so 2025 would be, I think, really great for me because I'm coming with an app that is Adrenaline Made It. So in that app, I'm working on the upskilling of the youths. It's not only for the youths, but it will also be for common people. Suppose if you want to learn about nutrition, you don't need dietitian. You can learn through our app, just through a course. If you want to learn about exercises, that what exercise I have to do, so you can learn through our app. Or if you want to learn ECGs, you can learn through app. So all the upskilling at any level, MBBS or even general people, that will come through the app. And one more thing is I've joined as a faculty in the doc tutorial, so that also I'm looking forward to. And I have TED Talk at 1st of Feb again, the Bangalore.
Oh, nice.
So that's also one more thing.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Awesome.
Okay. So thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you.
us this opportunity. It
Yes.
was a very fun and
Yes.
very interesting conversation.
I also enjoyed it.
And hopefully we shall do a follow-up to this sometime soon, or we can travel to Mumbai again.
Definitely,
From this
definitely.
point.